In our last update, we wanted to see price give us one more jump to the downside into our support area, which was just below $116,000, to then see a reversal to the upside. And if you go over to the charts, as you can see, this scenario is playing out very well until now. We got that jump into our support and we are seeing a bounce to the upside. So very quickly, personally, for my trades, I will show you them inside the Discord as usual, but I shorted this high and I longed this low. And the reason for that is pretty simple. If you watch our last update, what I said was that ideally, we would even see that small move up to the upside to trap longs and then trap more shorts on the way down to get a nice bounce to the upside. And if you go back to the charts, that's exactly what happened. We got the move up. So when I saw this 30-minute imbalance at the highs and the rejection, I did decide to open a short position right there just to take it down to my support area, take profits, but also be hedged for a nice long position. So if you go over to the Discord, this was my short position, shorted from the daily high as just explained, and then this was my long position open from the low. But unfortunately, I did decide to fully close the long position when I saw this pretty ugly price action. It was a slow grind and then an aggressive reversal. I honestly didn't like it, and I believed we would make one more low, which is when I wanted to reevaluate if I open a new long position. But everything looked good. Even the volume looked very good for a bounce because we had a 4-hour imbalance at the lows. So in the end, this was the wrong decision because this low did end up holding for a very nice bounce to the upside. But in any case, I was able to give a very nice new level, which was just below $120,000, and this was also a target for that move higher. So very simply, I waited for a new opportunity. We got this nice retracement with two 30-minute imbalances, and I was able to open a new long position right at the lows, took it up to my resistance area, and then took profits. Today, if you go over to the charts, we got that reversal, and I got stopped out the rest of my long position. But again, a very nice resistance. We moved up into it with a 30-minute imbalance on Bybit, and then on Binance, we also had another 30-minute imbalance right at the highs. So with that said, back to the charts, we got the bounce of our support and we got the rejection of our resistance. So what can you expect next? Well, going back to our last update, I still hold the view that this looks like a very clean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And for this reason, I am still expecting at least one more high to be made, and this does remain my preferred scenario. And with that said, after sharing this count, I did decide to look into different counts, and I have to say that every single count is pointing me towards at least one more high to be made, and that's why I want to be bullish. And even if you're bearish and you count this last impulse, this still needs to be completed. You have a 1, 2, all of this is part of wave 3, this is a wave 4, and this is a wave 5. And quickly, if you're wondering how this is part of wave 3, well, it's pretty simple. It's an extension. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, and 5. And this is why, by looking at the Elliott waves, I do believe that this impulse is very clean, and that's why I want to be bullish and expect at least one more high to be made. So with that said, how can you play around this bias in case you miss that long position, or maybe you just want to average up? Well, if I go on the 1 hour, the only level that I can see will be this hourly imbalance. And you can see, by the way, that even on this high, even though this was a very nice daily imbalance, what price ended up doing on the 30 minutes is just hit, I'll remove this, is just hit this last 30-minute imbalance before getting that reversal to the downside, okay? So you can see, in case you didn't know yet, how important imbalances are. So again, right now, the only level that I see will be this hourly imbalance. And then if you go on the 4 hour, we have this very nice order block. So if you want, you could mark out an area, but personally right now, I am very happy with this level, simply because it's a very nice imbalance to look at in my opinion, and we have these lows to clean up. Finally, for one last confluence, not the strongest one, but still, if you take the volume profile from this low, we do have the value area low around this area. So today, the way that I would look to play price action will be to get a drop into that support level and then see a reversal to the upside, a break back above this high, but also a new all-time high on Bitcoin, just as explained by the Elliott waves. So with that said, honestly, that was mostly it for this update. A very quick and simple one as usual. If we drop below that level, I will not be interested in long positions anymore. It doesn't mean, of course, that we cannot get this and then reversal. But personally, for my strategy, this is the scenario that I'm looking for. I'm waiting for this level, $117,600, to see if we get a reaction, imbalances, and then I can open a long position for reversal to the upside. And then, of course, if we lose this level, again, I'm not interested in long positions anymore. So if we get a straight drop to the downside, for example, as usual, I will make a new update and update you on my view. And with all of this in mind, if you guys enjoyed this update, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.